Hummus. Whenever I hear this word, I can't help but picture myself dipping some pita bread in it. I'm gonna share with you some essential tips that you need to know to make the creamiest, most delicious classic hummus ever. And guess what? I'm even gonna show you how to make pink hummus. Check out this video all the way through to find out what secret ingredient I used, and we're starting right now. Start by soaking the chickpeas overnight. This will help reduce cooking time and improve texture. Don't worry, you don't have to monitor the process. Simply soak the chickpeas in water the day before preparing them. Just pop them in a bowl and cover with cold water. Make sure you put enough water so it's about 2-3 centimeters over the chickpeas. Leave them overnight. No need to cover it. When you're ready to use them, just give them a good rinse and let them drain.
Using canned chickpeas is not recommended when making homemade hummus. While using store-bought hummus may seem like a more convenient and quick option, it can negatively affect the end result. When it comes to making smooth and creamy hummus, one of the most important conditions is preparing the chickpeas correctly. This ensures that it blends smoothly and seamlessly into the hummus without any gritty or chunky texture.
After soaking chickpeas overnight, they should be boiled for approximately 1-2 hours until they are soft and tender. The exact time may vary depending on the type and age of the chickpeas, so it's best to check them periodically until they reach the desired texture. You can check if chickpeas are cooked by pressing them between your fingers. They should be soft and tender. Alternatively, you can taste them to see if they're fully cooked. They should not be hard or crunchy in the center.
There are various methods for cooking chickpeas, including adding baking soda to the water when soaking or cooking them. This method helps to soften and break down the chickpeas more quickly, but it can also affect their taste, making them slightly bitter or metallic. Personally, I prefer not to use baking soda when cooking chickpeas. Instead, I opt for the traditional method of soaking them overnight in water and then boiling them until they are tender. These methods work well for me and yields deliciously tender and flavorful hummus every time.
Here is the trick to add a lot of flavor to your hummus. Don't use ground cumin, use whole cumin seeds instead. Toast the cumin seeds in a small skillet over medium heat until they become dark and very fragrant, stirring constantly to avoid burning. This should take about 4-5 minutes and there is no need to add any oil. Remove the skillet from the heat and let the seeds cool. Once cool, crush the cumin seeds using a mortar and pestle. Once the chickpeas have been boiled to the desired consistency, do not pour out the water, we will use it later. You could blend the chickpeas right away, but if you want to make the absolute best hummus you've ever tasted, I'd recommend removing the skins. Sometimes the skins can make the hummus taste slightly bitter and give it a less smooth texture. Of course, if you are making a big batch of hummus for a party or to last you a few days, peeling each chickpea individually can be a bit of a hassle.
Here is the trick. To remove the skins, you can pour them in a deep pot of water and rub them between your hands. The skins should come off easily and will flow to the top if you stir the water quickly. This method is much faster than removing them one by one. If some of the chickpeas get slightly mashed in the process, don't worry, we are going to blend them into a smooth puree anyway. Okay, it's time to blend some hummus. In a blender or food processor, add the chickpeas, tahini, lemon juice, olive oil, salt and cumin. I prefer to use a garlic press instead of finely chopping garlic, as this incorporates it better into the hummus.
When blending hummus, it's important to blend it for enough time so that it becomes smooth and creamy, especially when making a big batch. You may need to stop and scrape down the sides of the blender or food processor to ensure that everything is well mixed. If it is too thick, add a little of the water that was left over from the cooking. Using regular water may risk making the hummus tasteless. Alternatively, you can add olive oil. Taste the hummus and adjust the seasoning as needed. You can add more salt, lemon juice or tahini to adjust the flavor to your liking. At this point, the classic hummus is ready to be served. If you have never made it before, you can stop here. Transfer the hummus to a serving dish and garnish it with a drizzle of olive oil and sprinkle of paprika. Serve the hummus with pita bread, cucumbers or crackers. Enjoy this creamy and delicious taste. Now, For those who want to experiment and add some more color and flavor, let's make 2 additional types of hummus. The secret ingredient to pink hummus is beetroot. Wash it thoroughly and wrap it in foil. Preheat the oven to 330F or 190C and roast the beetroot for about 45 to 60 minutes, depending on its size. You can check if it is done by poking it with a fork or toothpick. If it is soft, it is ready. Then, cool and peel and slice it. Also, keep in mind that beetroot easily stains, so it is best to wear gloves when handling it. You can also boil the beetroot instead of roasting it. Simply place it in a pot of water and cook for about 30 to 40 minutes until it is soft. Start adding beetroot gradually and watch how the color changes. When you are satisfied with the taste and color, transfer the hummus to a serving dish and garnish with a drizzle of olive oil and a sprinkle of sesame seeds or fresh parsley. And that's not all. You can create another variation of hummus by adding ripe avocado. This will result in a creamier texture and a milder taste. The avocado flavor will be noticeable but not overpowering. To prevent avocado hummus from turning brown, try adding a bit of lemon juice to the mixture. The acid in the lemon juice will help to slow down the oxidation process and keep the hummus looking fresh. You can also store the hummus in an airtight container in the refrigerator to help preserve its color.
3 types of hummus are ready. The classic one with beets, and one with avocado. Let's try them all. The classic hummus is always a classic hummus, nothing to add here. Always pairs well with paprika. The second type, made with beets, giving it a vibrant pink color and a slightly earthy flavor. And the third type of hummus with avocado, giving it a creamy, smooth texture with a hint of richness. So take your pick and give them a try. Let me know in the comments which one you're most excited to try. As always, you can find the list of the ingredients in the description of this video.